with a shout so wild. Chaos rises in the heart of the
Hello and welcome, y'all. Today we are taking a look at Aloft again. Aloft had a massive update, their first update, mind you, since the release of the early access version of the game. This update is called the Critters and Wonders update. Basically, what's happened is they have added a bunch of little creatures that can be collected, and you can either bring them back to your island and keep them, or you can use them to purify other islands as well to help restore ecosystems. We're going to dive into this update. We're going to take a look at it and see what all is new. So let's get to it. First thing I want to take a look at is the leaf animal landing pad. That's one of the new things that were added, where you can actually teleport your animals there instead of just randomly at your home location. There is the animal bell, which will call animals to it. So if they're just wandering around your island, or if they've escaped their pen, they can come over to the bell and save you from having to search. You use the animal bell sign to specify which animal to come to the bell. So that's pretty cool. You can actually do one instead of all. Then you have your habitats, which the habitats are actually what's going to draw the animals that are on an island or critters on an island to the habitat. So like if you have some that are showing hidden, this will pull them out to these locations, which is pretty awesome. And you have one of these for each biome as well. So there's going to be multiple versions of each one. So you're going to have to use those depending on which biome you're in. That's just something to keep in mind. The next thing are the vivariums. So these look like the habitats, but these are actually where you would put your pets or your critters on display. So if you wanted to have a group of them in your base or multiple groups of them in your base, you certainly can. Each one holds 4 critters, and each one is the same as the habitats. They have one variant for each biome that's in the game, and depending on the critters that you're wanting to put in these vivariums depends on which version of it you'll need depending on the biome. That's pretty cool. You can have multiples of them. You can have all of them full with bunches of critters if you want to. The landing pads are super handy to have. You can place them anywhere. You can have multiples of them. You can label them. Once you place it down, for example, like right here, you just pick up your floof, send home, and it'll give you the option of which pad you want to send it to. So if you have multiples, just select the right one and then go ahead and send your floof there. Then you can go check the pad, and there is our floof. So it's pretty freaking awesome. You can place these on islands as well. If you have creatures you want to send to the island to help restore the ecosystem, it's an easy way to get them on the island without having to fly over and aim and all this other stuff. It's simple as long as you have the resources on you, and it's easy to take animals from the islands if you want to. Just pick them up, send home, and select the right pad. You are good to go. The way that you unlock the vivariums and the habitats is by finding knowledge stones. So these are going to be where you unlock the new items. So definitely keep an eye out for those. Once you have them unlocked, you can craft them, place them around your base, and you can attach your little critters to them. There you go. See, the bird houses actually work to collect birds, which is awesome. So they'll be attracted to your birdhouses now, and once you have some birds, put down a vivarium for them, and there you go. You can attach your birds. As long as it's the same biome that the animal belongs in, then they'll go right in it, and you can sit there and look at them as much as you want, and they'll chirp, they'll make noises. It's freaking awesome. Same thing with the butterflies and the moths that you find now. There's so many different colors and variations of them, and they're absolutely beautiful. And you can again make the vivariums for them, and you can have them on display as well. Some islands you come across will show creatures that are hidden away. If you have the resources on you and you build a habitat for them, then a lot of times they'll just pop right up onto the habitat, and you can pick them up, you can hold them. They're so freaking adorable. Look at that. Obviously, you have to take pictures because the cuteness is just way too much. But once you're done with all that, you can pack away the creature in your pocket, and then you can dismantle your habitat and continue on your way. If you don't have the recipe for the habitat unlocked, for like the proper habitat for your creature, you can just place them on the ground and they'll actually stay there. So they won't leave, they won't poof. So that's an option until you do have the habitats unlocked. The bird houses you can place on an island and it'll attract the birds. Also, if you're trying to place the bird as a creature to count towards the ecosystem, you do have to have the birdhouse with the bird. So you can't just plop a bird down and it work. Once you have the recipes unlocked for vivariums and you start to fill them up, you can take a look at the crowded little vivariums. But look at this. Poor little jerboa is just staring at a flower. It's freaking adorable. The balloon frogs have their own vivarium as well that you can put them in, and different biomes lead to different variants and colors of the creatures. Like you have your greens, you've got your blues, there's orange frogs. It's good fun to watch them. As you can see, they inflate and float around like they've got helium and then they just plop down. There's even a vivarium for bugs, for the worms, the ladybugs. There's other new insects you'll find, like the beetles. That's actually pretty interesting as well. You can craft a bat feed to attract the bats to you, and along with bird feed to attract birds that are in trees. So basically, once you see or hear the bats or see or hear the birds, if you have the feed in your hotbar in your hands and you hold it out, they'll come fly down and eat the feed, and then you've got yourself a creature. If you place the habitats on your home island, then depending on what biome you are in, the creatures will actually start showing up on your home island, which is freaking awesome. So even though my home island is not a desert biome island, because that desert is where I am, and those are the creatures I've been picking up, those are the ones showing up in my habitats at the moment. So it's just kind of cool that you can plop your habitats down and they'll show up. And here we have some more of the vivariums. There's the desert tree, we've got the desert frogs here that are green, and we've got the desert butterflies and moths here. Don't have a whole lot of those at the moment, but little by little adding to it. But they're absolutely beautiful. Look at that. The purple obviously would be my favorite. Then we have the orange frogs here, and then we've got the green lizards. They're all just so adorable and so pretty, and it makes me so happy to have them all. But they do take up a lot of room, so a base build is going to be my next thing that I tackle in Aloft for sure, because I need more space for the baby. The variants for these guys are so adorable. I know me personally, I'm going to want at least one of each. It's probably going to end up being like 10 of each, knowing me. But look at that. They're so adorable. I absolutely love what Aloft has done with this game and with the update. Even if the creature that you want is not hidden on an island, you can still place the habitat down and it'll still bring the creature to you that you're looking for, which is awesome. So whether they're hidden or not, it still works. It'll bring you the creature. Another change that came along with this update, for those of you who have played before, you definitely would probably notice the UI has changed. So the UI was fine before in my opinion, but they've definitely made it look more crisp and clean and easy to read, and I absolutely love what they've done with it. Even something as simple as that looks awesome. They have also added a couple of Wonder Islands, which the Wonder Islands I have not found yet. So I am really curious what they look like and what they entail, because from what I've read, if you look at the patch notes, it seems like there is quite a bit in there, from lore to loot to I don't even know. So I'm excited to find those. If y'all have found any, let me know what they're like, because I'm really curious. They sound awesome. Even without finding any of the Wonder Islands yet, the ones I have found have still been absolutely beautiful and amazing, at least to me. I mean, look at this. It's a whole freaking rundown desert town. And me personally loving building, I've been absolutely loving seeing the in-game builds that Aloft just has on its own. It's given me some ideas and I've been very impressed with them. So I can't wait to get back in there and start working on another build with Aloft. Now, I know too, they've also mentioned things for future updates that will possibly be coming. So there's so much left with this game. Like, it's still early access. They're giving us huge content updates. Like, completely excited for this. What's coming next? Who knows? But I'm sure we'll find out eventually, and I am super excited. But thank you so much for watching today as we took a quick look into the first update for Aloft. Again, so much content. Definitely go back and read the patch notes, because there's so much more that I didn't even get to touch on. I just touched on the major things here, but I appreciate you guys. Please remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss any content in the future. I do have a link to another one of my Aloft videos in the top right if you want to check it out. And remember, you are freaking amazing.